Good morning, guys. This is Amy. I apologize in advance for my voice. I have been very sick with an upper respiratory infection, and I have asthma, and I have been just coughing my head off, and it's really made me lose my voice. So if I start coughing, I'll stop the video, but I only have 6 cards to show you this morning, so hopefully we can get through them pretty quickly without me starting to cough. I am getting better, so no worries. Started taking antibiotics last Saturday, so it's getting better. It's just taking a little while. Okay, I have male and female cards to show you. They're birthday cards, and they vary in age for the recipients. So I'll just show you the cards and tell you a little about each person if need be. Okay, so let's get started. These are for the church and for my personal use, and I'll tell you the difference. So I tend to make the cards for the church a little more simple because it gets very expensive putting product on cards, and if you embellish them too much, it would get too expensive to do it for as many people as I'm making cards. So I have to kind of keep my budget in check. So, okay, this first card is a man's. It's a masculine birthday. It's for, it's actually Brian's cousin, Chris, and he also goes to church with us, so he's got 2 cards. I got another one here to show you. This one is from me personally. So I just used a Spellbinder die. Both of these are Spellbinder dies. This is a punch, and it's a McGill, looks like. It punches out the bracket and the oval. I'm not certain where that stamp came from, and I apologize for not being better prepared. These are some very old flowers that I had, and these are showing up green, but they're holographic is why. I see they're blue. These little holographic ones came from hot off the press, and this blue one was Basil Basics, and so was that one, and they may all be. Actually, this one came from hot off the press too. These 2 are Basil Basic flowers from back in the day. I've had them forever. So I just edged everything with Puma Stone Distress ink. I stamped it with some Hero Arts gray wet cement, I believe. Added a Tim Holtz gear and clock, some glittered ribbon, and then the inside is like this. It's all done on a gray piece of Basil Basics paper, and I use the Authentique paper for this line. I think it's the Essentials pack. Okay, this next one is from Chris, but it's from the church. So see, it's a little more simple. This is a paper tray ink punch here. I used my Mind's Eye paper stack, but it's the one with the cowboy on it, and it's from the Lost and Found collection, but I can't remember the name, and they're put up, so I can't dig them out. This is a paper tray ink die for the notebook piece here. This is a Spellbinder's die. I think it's called Beaded Ovals or something to that effect. Maybe this is a hot off the press stamp. I used to belong to their stamp club, so I have a lot of their stamps. When I learned about photopolymer stamps, I quit buying acrylic stamps so much. So this is an Anna Griffin die. This is the set that they had on HSN. This was in there, and it's embossed. And I don't know, those of you who will remember, Mrs. Grossman's Sticker Company used to make, she used to be very popular for stickers. You could get the stickers by the roll. Well, she used to make, let me show you these, what she used to, I don't know, I think Mrs. Grossman is still in business, but I just never see any of her stuff. I'm sorry, here. This right here this is where I die cut it from. See, this is where I die cut that piece. And this is the, it's supposed to look like distressed copper. They're scrap metal is what they're called, and they're stickers. See, it's just a sticker sheet. So this is the silver one, the galvanized, and this is another one of the patina copper ones. So I use that sticker sheet to die cut that out and emboss it, and it embossed very nicely just to be a sticker, so I was very impressed. They're thicker. They're not flimsy stickers by no means. She makes a good quality product. I remember when I first heard about Mrs. Grossman, the one thing that made her stand out from everyone else was that her stickers come with the mirror image, so you could put one on one side of your project and mirror the image on the next. Like if you wanted to put a sticker on the edge of your page, you could do that. So I just heat embossed this with some copper metallic embossing powder. I added some droplets of my Glimmer Mist in copper. Used some 7 Gypsy stamps here with some Hero Arts ink. And this is what the inside looks like. Let me get it all in frame. And I've explained before, I'll tell you again. The preacher asked that when I do these cards for the church that it have the sentiment on either the left side, if it's a side folding card, or on the top panel, and then at the bottom leave a place for him to sign it. So that's why it's laid out like this. So this is the sentiment, and some more of those 7 Gypsy stamps. And then another 7 Gypsy stamps. Excuse me, let me get this. That's my alarm. Okay. And then I distressed it all with, I think, Evergreen Bow distress ink. And it's on a piece of green basil paper. And so is the front. So that's that card, and that's for the church. I have stickers so I know who they go to. This one goes to my oldest and dearest friend. Well, she's not my closest friend anymore, but it's only because we live so far apart. Sarah is a dear to me, and I've known her for 20 years. So I tried something new with this card. I usually use texture paste to do my stenciling. But this time I bought some, oh, what is this stuff? I saw someone on YouTube using it. I think it's spackle. Yeah, it's spackling. This stuff, you can get this at Walmart for like $3. And it goes on purple. I don't know if I can get the lid off. You have to have a screwdriver to open it. But yeah, that's what I used. And at first, don't be discouraged if you try that, because at first it looks like it's going to be real flaky. But as you see, it's very flexible. After it dries and has time to cure, like over the course of the day, it will become more flexible. So don't be discouraged when it first turns white and dries that you think it's going to fall off your card, because it does become more flexible as the day goes on. So this is a hot off the press stamp, and I stamped it with Hero Arts India dye ink. These are some, this is the Paper Studio or Spare Parts, whatever, Hobby Lobby flower here. These two are made by me using my Creative Impressions die, my this set right here. It's the Ariana Blooms. You can make so many different flowers with that set, with the die and the stamp set. You can make little flowers like this. You can make rosebuds, roses, distressed flowers, you know, like, I don't mean to get off topic, but I made this flower using it, and you see. And it also comes with the stamen that go in the center. This one's a little beat up, but see, this is one I made, and I colored it with distress inks. You can make so many with that die. Okay, so I'm not gonna this is not about flowers. So I used some of my bling with, I layered the bling, the little flower bling, and then the rhinestone in the center. I used my This is some homemade glimmer spray I made using my picked raspberry Distress ink re-inker and some alcohol and a little bit of Pearl X gold mica powder and the little gold Heidi Swapp spray, and it's on black, and I haven't done the inside of this card yet, so that's that. And I dyed this using my Heidi Swapp sprays and a little Lindy Stamp Gang. It was white satin ribbon. So anyway, Sarah is she's 11 years older than me, and I'll be 40 next year, to tell my age. So she's very young at heart, so I think she'll enjoy that card. This is made for my husband's grandmother. We call her Nanny. I used the Kirby Teasdale matte stack, the 4.5 by 6.5 paper pad. This is an A2 size card. I covered the background paper with lace. Can you see? I just put it in my little spray box, sprayed it with some Aleene's tacky spray, and adhered it and wrapped it around the back of the paper. And you have to miter out the corners, but it lays very nicely. You see there's no bulk. So that's I got a bunch of new laces and like yardage of lace fabric, like you'd make curtains with or something. Very nice stuff that a friend of ours gave to me. Buttons, oh my gosh, she gave me some beautiful buttons. If you'd like to see that video, I'll do that haul video for you guys if you're interested. Just let me know down below. This was a piece of white cotton trim. I sprayed it with my Lindy's. It's a Queen of Hearts red, I believe. This is another Paper Studio from Hobby Lobby, and I changed the middle out and put a vintage button in. This is one of those little buttons that you get from Michael's in the shape button department. This is a double bow at a seam binding, and I use my picked raspberry spray again on this, and because I wanted to mix of the yellow and the red, the pink and the red. This stamp comes from Stampin' Up. It's a very old stamp, and I'm sure it's retired, but I bought them off a lady on Etsy. She was selling them out of her stash, and I didn't have a lot of Christian stamps, so I was very happy to get it. But I distressed everything in red, stamped that in red. This background piece is one of the new punches from Martha Stewart, where you can punch a frame and the inside of the frame and the outside of the frame, and you can do anything in a rectangle shape. So that's the new punch, and the inside looks like this. Once again, I used that system for the sentiment and the signing place, and I distressed everything in red, actually in pink, orange lipstick from Distress Ink, and that's that card for Nanny. And I have another card for Nanny, but you've already seen it. It's this one here. This one is from me and Brian, but you've already seen this card. I showed it last couple of weeks ago. Let's see, put that back on there. I'm trying to get through this. This video is getting long. This is made for a young man. He's probably in his late 20s, early 30s. He's from the church. I use several Spellbinder dies. I use a Cuttlebug embossing folder, my Viva Decor metallic creams. I went over and edged it on black cardstock. Spellbinder die, Spellbinder die, Spellbinder die. And this is a punch from EK Success, and the stamp comes from Hot Off the Press, and the ink is from Hero Arts. And I distressed everything in black soot, and yeah, so the inside looks like this. I used more of that manila color, distressed it in black, and it's blank for the preacher to sign. Okay, so that's that, and I have one more, then I will let you go, and I hope you have a great Sunday. This one is for a young lady who, she's in her late 30s, early 40s. She is battling breast cancer. She's already come through treatment one time, and she said she knows that it will relapse, and I don't understand how that works, but I feel for her, and I love her. She is Brian's cousin, and she's my cousin. You know, I love her. so I wanted to make her a beautiful card. I used the My Mind's Eye paper pack. This is some of that Coordinations vintage style paper. It's kind of old. I've had it a while. I embossed it with an Anna Griffin embossing folder. This is Basil on top. This is Coordinations on the bottom. This is the design paper from My Mind's Eye. I used a lace down here, a crochet lace, and I left it loose on the bottom. And then some of my bloomers, and this is from Lavish Laces, and this one's from Lavish Laces. And I just added one of those, you know, we all have these filigree with a brad in the center. This also comes from the Stampin' Up! Stamp set. I distressed everything with this chalk ink, creamy brown, and when it runs dry I just bought the re-inker and I re-inked that little bad boy and we go to town. So this is also from the church, so I use the same sentiment for all the cards from the church. I don't have that many sentiments that are Christian related yet, so not for birthdays, so that's kind of a genre of its own. But I used my Martha Stewart doily border punch, and that's it for this card, and that's it for all the cards today. This is a 6x6 card here, so I had to use my punch board to make the envelope, but that worked out great. I believe Hot Off the Press still sells that that cream or that liquid that you can get and put on your envelopes, and when it dries you can lick it again, and then it's just like a regular envelope. You lick it and stick it. So I'm going to see about getting some of that for my envelopes that I make with my board punch, so when I give them to the church they don't have to put tape on the back. They can just lick it and stick it in the mail like any other envelope. So anyway, that's all I got to show you today. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Sorry about my scratchy voice and my squeakiness, but maybe I'll be better next week when I come back with more cards to show you. If you like my cards, or if you don't, just leave me a comment. I love any kind of comment. I can take constructive criticism, but please don't be mean. I'd love to hear what you'd like to see from me, so if there's any videos you'd like to see or any questions you have. I have been crafting over 10 years, so anything that I can help you with, please let me know. And that's it for today, so I hope you have a blessed Sunday, and I'll see you again next week. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.